Hey, how's it going? In this episode of Crafty Art, I'm going to take these, well, not all of these, only these three colors, and I'm going to do the sea salt and watercolor with these. Okay, these are, I did a little cleaning today when I was looking for these, kind of doing a little more organizing and stuff. I did these on camera, so let's see, maybe I can, they might be in my watercolor and sea salt playlist. I think I have one of those, and I don't know, I'm drawing blanks right now. And I remember doing like these, for example, doing them, like 4 of them, I think. And this is Paul Rubens watercolor paints. So I did the experiment watercolor and sea salt with watercolor paints, not watercolor markers. This one is what sea salt and watercolor should look like, around about this kind of design, where you can see where the salt, also there's a little bit of scratchiness here where the very fine salt is. That is a really cool design right there. I really like that one. And this one too, even though it was, I think it was the Paul Rubens metallic paints. If it wasn't, I don't think I have metallic watercolor markers. So, but this one had an effect. And it had a pretty good effect too. It's kind of weird, right? Kind of galaxy-like. And there's definitely a glitter to it. I can see the shine to it. This one too has the signature design from sea salt and watercolor, and I took the backing off of that one too. I'm gonna do the purple, go across like that, blue, green, like that. Usually I do a diagonal, but you know, I'm tired of that now. Also, I'm going to use the water with vegetable glycerin to see if I can get any effect. And the sea salt is McCormick Sea Salt Grinder. Okay, let's get started. See how vibrant the color is? It's beautiful, right? Very cool. Yes, I'm going to color the whole page in. The whole page. I'm also using the silicone mat because it's going to get very wet here. Oh, you know, I didn't grab paper towels. Wait a minute, I do have paper towels. Let's see if this does any blending. If we get any blending out of this when I run the blue over it. Very sloppy there. It just makes it super dark. Maybe it's too dark. This is royal blue, although this is Kingart's version of royal blue is what I'm going to say. It's not my version of royal blue. My version of royal blue is lighter. It's a little bit lighter. And this is dark green. Although to me it looks just like plain green. Plain green, also called dark green, Kingart's dark green. And this one is violet, not purple, but that looks purple to me. These companies, I love it. At least, you know, the names are not on the barrels. The names are on the chart on the back of the container. So I labeled them all with masking tape and a permanent marker. Okay. Let me grab, I do have paper towels here. Kind of get ready to, this one you do have to shake because I just filled it and put 6 drops of vegetable glycerin in here. Just a minute. Just a minute. Now, nothing's running. Naturally, I want to just keep spraying it because I don't see any running. Okay, let's see here. I still can't find the big container I have. Oh, I see some running. See some buckling. Maybe the salt will create an effect. What do you think of that? I can't tell. I see some running though. I do that one. Let's see, I need a... Wait. I'm just not... I don't see... Is anything happening? Wait. I see some maybe on the purple, sorry, the violet there. And maybe on the green a little bit. I have to let it dry. As you can see, an effect was created. It looks actually kind of cool because I'm looking at this right here, up here. You know, it looks like the sky and possibly mountains. That is very cool. But it's not the effect. I mean, I don't even know what to say. These are, I believe that these are water-based markers and not watercolor markers. This is a bone folder. Okay, I'm going to zoom out a little because I'm way, way too zoomed in. I just wanted you to see the effect there. Maybe I'll zoom out instead of in. Okay, so I'm going to use this. Woo! This sucker is heavy. I thought there was something on here like the name of it. Okay, so when I turned off the camera, I cleaned up the area and then I took, let's see if I can, I just want to pull the thing here. You see these right here? These. That was all the way around and I put it on this thing right here. I put it on there. And now I'm going to put this back. Okay. And then I just went like this when I thought it was almost dry and to get those pieces off of there. There was not much scraping to do. You see the dots, the white dots there? That's where the salt was. And it just replaced, I guess it replaced the color. Took out the color from the salt granules. When you put salt on watercolor, wet watercolor, then it usually pushes the color out like this right here. So all these spots, where the salt was, it was pushing that color out, and that is the effect that we get. And then some of them just sat on top and didn't seem to do anything and just created that the white specks there. So the white specks are the paper below the color. That's kind of cool too. I had to go off camera because the cat was using the facilities, making a lot of noise. So this is after the salt has been removed, and lots of white specks where the salt was just sitting on top. But then also these parts right here, let's just point with this instead of my big finger there. These right here, this reminds me of when I did Winsor and Newton watercolor markers, and I did the sea salt effect with those. And this is what I got, like these big cloud-like shapes. And I wasn't really that wowed by that, but this looks really good. Maybe the smaller picture makes it look a little better. It's also on the blue, and the green has, on the side here, there's a little bit of like a brown tint. And when this was wet, and I was looking at it very closely, eyeball to picture, I thought I saw brown tinting, and I really hope that I didn't see that. I'm going to take a look at it again, just a minute. No, there's no brown tinting on it now. So maybe when it's dry, it looks like it has a brown tint to it or something. And I think this, sorry about that, way too zoomed in. This part right here is from the purple coming down and mixing into the green. So that would explain why it looked kind of brown there on both sides here. And I like this picture. Like I said, it's not this picture. I'm going to zoom out here. This picture, oh, I wish I could remember. I think this was done on cold pressed paper. There's a lot of texture on it. And I wish I could remember what watercolor markers I used, because that is awesome. Also, I think I put like a tissue down on it. So that's another effect that I can get from it. And who knows it was, wow, there's a picture. There's a face in it. And I probably did it like this, right? I wish I could remember. Oh, what I think I did here was I think I put like tissue, taking a tissue to it, and I think that's the effect that I can get with that. Now this one is, I think it's let's say, also nothing on the back to tell me what it is. This one I think was grading watercolor pencils, and I took, and the why do I say that? Let's see if I can show you some of, look for the dots, the granules here. They're granules from the pencil. Oh yeah, especially right there. And here. Oh yeah, right here. Yep, look at all that. Wow. And I took, not a tissue, but like plastic, not plastic wrap, I don't think. I think it might have been like an air pillow that I popped, and I just went like this and then put it on there. And it came out with this crazy effect after I removed it and let it dry. That is cool. That is what I should try as well. You know, I should go back to trying that again too. And man, I just cannot remember what I used. I'm sure I did this on video, because I almost always do my sea salt and watercolor experiments on video. So maybe go back and see if I can find it in the playlist, and then maybe in a caption I'll be able to tell you what watercolor markers I used. Not paint, but watercolor markers. And when I was off camera while this was drying, I was thinking about, I was thinking maybe I should pull out my Marvy water-based markers and try that as well. I wonder if I can do that and then just, we can try that. Okay, I'm gonna try it. Gonna give it a whirl. See if we can get a similar effect with these. These are ginormous brush pens. I'm trying to color every spot in if I can. I have to be careful because it does have a texture, so it could. Now this is This is what I would call, well, this is probably more like cerulean blue, but I've seen this, people or manufacturers calling this royal blue. Maybe a little bit darker would be royal blue, what I would consider royal blue. This is just plain blue, according to the Uchida Marvy people. If I had a flag, this is what it would be. It would be blue, purple, blue, and green. It's starting to buckle, and I don't even have water sprayed on it yet. Now we have to... Also, I do want to note that the kingart colors will stain your fingers, and that is a comment... I can show you because I have it on my hands. But there was a comment on Amazon and said this is not made for kids, because she showed the child's fingers, and I'm thinking, I don't know, that child might be too young to be playing with markers, period. But yeah, so I have, this is from the kingart, so I have it there and a little bit there, and here as well, and I tried to clean it off with a baby wipe. Okay, let's do some of this. I might zoom in a little. What is that on there? Another way, you know, if you're getting watercolor markers, like kingart is saying these are watercolor, that their particular batch there is watercolor. When I put the paper towel down and did this along the edge with watercolor, it will take a lot of the color away from the side there. And water-based, these are water-based now, the Marvy markers are, will not take as much away. Is that enough? I always think I put too much on, or then sometimes I think I don't put enough on. Okay, so this is exactly like the kingart ones, although I do see some of the green going up there. That's kind of cool. Like going up that way, even though it's buckling this way. Not as much drip down. Maybe I used more water on the kingart one. Oh, maybe I created that discoloration here because I went down like this, and maybe I brought some purple down on it instead of it running down. This one also will probably have a staining effect. This had this on the back, the kingart one, and I need to mark that. Okay, so at least I marked it now. Of course, if I remove the layer and use it for covering something, I'm not going to relabel it. Okay, this one also has the layers on the, you can see the salt on top of, I'm not going to touch it. I'm just going to leave it like that and let it dry, and then come back in and see if it has this effect, like or a similar effect as this one. Okay, so we have this one, and this one I kind of, it hasn't been as long. This one took much longer to dry. This one I decided to put, like, pull the curtain out and put this into the sun so it would dry faster. Okay, this one, as you can see, let's come in and take a big old close-up of it. Where's my, oh, my pointer. Bone folder pointer. So we have some action going on here, right? Pretty similar to that one. And then we have this going on. Actually, the kingart colors created, or the kingart blue here, created a better effect than this one. I haven't taken the salt off, but when I lifted it from near the window and pulled it, it did some of the salt granules came off. Put that there. And then here, so some of them came off of here. I'm going to scrape it now and see. Do I have to zoom out for that? It's still buckled, but I think that's okay. Oh yeah. A lot of these sat right on top of the color. Let's put that there, and ooh, this thing is slippery too. What is that? Oh, you know, this is a piece of the paper, and I noticed that when I just don't know where zoom in and zoom out are on my camera. That's crazy. What was I saying? I noticed when I was coloring with the violet that I was pilling the paper over there in the upper left corner. So we got some purple spots. Most of them are white though. Anything on the back? Wow, pretty clean on the edges there. Only on the edges you see the color. Ooh, that looks actually pretty decent in its own way. You know, I mean, this is, again, the white specks are where the salt was. So, yeah, it removed the color from the paper here. That's wild. Oh, I missed this. I missed a little granule there. There also is a little bit of discoloration here. I don't think it's from the purple. That is, excuse me, that is very interesting. That right there, excuse me. Where is it? Right here is the purple, a little bit of the purple on there. There's a little bit of discoloration there. These are actually pretty good. I really like this this violet. It looks purple to me because it's got I see more red than blue in there, and it didn't take off. It didn't make as much of a design, like overall design, as this one did right here. But it's still decent. And this is what you get when you add sea salt to water-based markers. That's what you get. So this is what you get. So that makes me wonder if the Winsor and Newton ones are watercolor. I think they are. I do not have that picture anymore. I mean, I'm sure I have it somewhere, but not close by or anything. I did find a bunch of the pictures like I showed, but not all of them. So with the kingart markers, another word of warning that I read on Amazon and on an Amazon review, is that somebody got the markers for his or her child, and the child said that they bleed through the paper. So it could have been a coloring book or something. So if you use these kingart markers, then, and you want to use them on adult coloring books, for example, and you're using them on one-sided pictures, put a piece of plastic underneath, or parchment paper or something underneath the picture, so it doesn't bleed through, so the colors don't bleed through onto the next picture. I recommend using like a plastic placemat. Buy those thin plastic placemats or those very thin plastic cutting mats, and just cut it in half, or the size of your coloring book, and they work great. They're very thin, you know, so you can use them for that. That's all I have for you today. Please comment, like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and have a creative day. Bye.